Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on episode 45 of The Last of Us Part 2. Last time we managed to get back to the aquarium. There was some friction. Everyone wants to go to I think it's Santa Barbara. But Mel made it clear that she will not go if Abby's going, because there's friction between her and Owen and all that. Understandable. And then Lev ran off, and we're now with Yara looking for him. Originally, Owen was going to come with us, but Abby did the right thing and said, "Stay, get your priorities straight." And stay with Mel, and Abby's doing this on her own accord, so here we are. Hey, Papa Pig. How are you? We missed you last time. Here is... looks like Jealous. Let's read the note. Vicky, be careful. My boat took shots twice today. I'd suggest taking the trawler out farther into the sea. Waves are wild and you'll probably lose your lunch a couple of times, but better than getting sniped by a Scar. We should be fighting to get the hatchery back. Going deep into Scar territory like this is asking for trouble. The hell is Isaac thinking? Maybe after this shift we can ask to be reassigned. I'll cut all the potatoes in the world instead of being caught here again. Please be careful. See you back home, Kent. I want to say this is... the Hangman is Jealous, but I don't see the L. Unless it's... no, but they already ruled those other ones. I don't know. It's weird. I actually saw you go live the last live stream, but I couldn't join because I was busy. Oh, okay. It was the 200th episode. I had surprises. I'm guessing you didn't watch then, right? Because it's still up. Weren't you away, I think? Were you, like, in Jamaica or something? Oh, because I had a whole thing prepared. But maybe we can just postpone it, I guess. I think we're all good with that.
Stay on the dock. I'll go get a boat and pick you up here.
No, I can help.
Not with this. I got it. Okay. Okay.
What are we about to get into? So, I had a great time, by the way. I'm sorry, I was caught up in the cutscene. Yeah, did you enjoy yourself? What was it, 2 weeks? 1 week? 2 weeks. Wow. Okay. I don't think I've ever gone on a. I've gone on a. I've gone to camp for 2 weeks. I have never gone on vacation for 2 weeks. I think the most I ever did was like 9 days in Italy. It was hot every day. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Yeah, it can get hot over there.
Get down! Abby, what the fuck?
Manny?
You by yourself?
Yeah. Shit.
This sniper's a fucking pro.
What are you doing out here?
The boats. We were supposed to hit the island tonight. Then this pendejo showed up. I sent the guy to call for help. Backup should be on the way. Should be.
I need one of those boats. Now.
Why?
Ask me later.
Then I guess you're gonna help me take this guy out.
Let's do it.
Stay low.
Yeah, I did.
Kill my whole fucking team.
Don't
Very.
worry. We'll get him.
Fuck these trespassers.
What trespassers?
The last few days, they came out of nowhere. They're hitting us hard.
Why?
Don't know.
Yeah, it was a very nice surprise. I love how it starts with like the Sony Computer Entertainment America PS1 introduction, and then it goes to the PS1. For my theme, I chose PS2. There's something about the PS2 user interface that I really always was fond of. Probably even more than PS1, because I mean PS1 was just like if you didn't put your CD in, then you would just like look at your memory card or something, maybe play a CD, like an actual music CD if you wanted to or something. But like, it wasn't really that, like, you weren't really in the main hub in PS1. You were kind of just, whatever game you popped into the disc tray, you were already playing the game pretty much. But PS2, I just have a lot of memories about going through that interface and all that. It is a shame it's limited time only. You'd think that since they added the feature that they would just keep it. A lot of people, I don't think people were expecting to. I don't think Sony was expecting people to be so taken with it as they are. Understandably. But I don't know. I guess there is some. I guess there is something nice to be a little disciplined with it and make it just a special thing for a limited time. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, 20 years from now, if I was just like, if they like did the same thing, and I do the PS5 home or whatever, I won't even have that nostalgia because I would have just used whatever nostalgic theme I was using for the past generations. So like, you kind of want to, commit to the gen, I guess, and create those memories for later, for the PS5. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you know what I mean? Like, how can you look back on the PS5's theme if you never used it? I don't know what I should do here. It's such a Nintendo thing to do. Oh my god, I don't know what I should do here.
This way.
See.
Port 66. Oh, man.
Nothing.
Alright, where are those shots coming from? Yikes.
Fuck. What next?
I got this. I also want to say kudos to the Crash Bandicoot Spyro and Tony Hawk Pro Skater Twitter for kind of having this like cool artwork thing during Thanksgiving that they did. Kind of gives you promise that there might be something happening, or that something's in the works to be maybe announced soon or something.
Hey, over here! Cuidado! The street's fucked.
Shit.
Okay, what do you want to do?
We do know that like Tony Hawk did say that things are happening. He's met with Activision and that fans are going to be pleased with what they're working on. That pretty much implies that the 3+4 is in the works. I think Spyro, we know, I think pretty much that Toys for Bob is working with Microsoft independently from them, of course, independent from Activision, of course, and they're working on something. And then Crash, out of all the franchises that I know is always going to be okay, regardless of whether Crash 5 was initially canceled, I know Crash Bandicoot's always going to be okay because we got the most games from them. We got the Insane Trilogy, Nitro Fueled, we got Crash 4 already, and Crash Team Rumble. You know, it only lasted like a little less than a year, but that's better than most of these live service games anyway. You know, a lot of live service games are lucky if they last 4 months or maybe even past their launch date, like Concord. So I think Crash is in good shape. Maybe it'll be down the road more, but I have promised that we're going to be in for something cool. Tony Hawk said he had something planned. Yeah, exactly.
Use
Also,
this as cover.
I'm right behind you. Go.
nobody's been really talking about this because it really doesn't relate. Because it was more of a Simpsons. It was more of Simpsons news.
Stuff's falling apart.
Oh my god.
We gotta move. Go, go.
He's good.
It was more.
Shit. We should be going after them instead of the goddamn island.
How is that still on?
Might be happening right now.
Shit.
I was gonna say it was more Simpsons news, but it actually relates to Spyro. Pamela Hayden, who is the voice actress for Milhouse, retired. She had her last episode like a couple weeks ago. She also does like Jimbo Jones, like the bully, the school bully, not Nelson, like the older bully. She does like the Todd Flanders. She announced that she retired voice acting from the show. But it was never clear. But the news story was from the Simpsons perspective of, okay, she's not going to be doing the show anymore. But there's been no confirmation since of whether she's actually retiring in general from voice acting from as a career. And if that's the case, I wonder what would happen with the Spyro 4, because Pamela Hayden, she voiced a lot of like the Avalar characters, a lot of like the kind of like the characters you'd find in the different levels, but most importantly, she voiced Bianca, who played a very important part in the third game. And as we know, Hunter, and her become like an item, a romantic item, towards the end of that game. And even in Enter the Dragonfly, she was carried over into that. So if Spyro 4 is supposed to be somewhat of like a alternate fourth game, similar to how Crash 4 is to the original trilogy, I wonder if Pamela Hayden is going to lend her voice for that role, or if she's just done. Yeah, she voiced Bianca she did voice Bianca in Reignited, and she did come back for the Reignited trilogy. So she was the original for the original PS1 games, and she did the original the Reignited trilogy. So I don't see anybody really asking those questions, but. And unfortunately, she doesn't have a Twitter handle. So I honestly was trying to look for her, because I was going to send her like a private message and just ask and see if maybe she would respond, because a lot of these voice actors and writers, they can be very gracious with responding. They're not like Twitter makes it very easy to get in touch with people if you need to. Should I get this? That's the question. But yeah, that's a question I'm wondering. Of course, I guess I couldn't ask anybody from Toys for Bob or anything, because they're not gonna reveal anything. There's nothing that's officially been revealed, so they're under a non-disclosure agreement not to speak on any details. So, I don't know. Just something that was been on my mind for a while.
Manny.
Oh no.
What's he doing?
Drawing us. He's drawing them here.
Luring them to us. Get ready. Up ahead! Runner! The bridge!
Only Simpsons thing I know is that the mobile game is closing. That's true. Tapped Out has ended, or is about to end imminently. I don't know. I actually, because there is a story to that game. I beat that game like in 2017, I think, or 2016, I forget. And then of course you can keep playing. There's so much post game, and there's so much like updates where there were different seasons where you would collect and build your town and get all new characters, and it kind of tied into the show a bit too, like the modern show, which was cool. But yeah, that looks like to be it for that. Me personally, I'm not glad, I guess, because I feel like a console game at this point is kind of out of the cards, unless like I feel like there's a lot that has to be done in order for a console game to happen at this point. Yeah, I think one of the factors though that was keeping them from a console game from happening was that Tapped Out was pretty lucrative. It was making money. There were the microtransactions to it, and EA was probably satisfied with that using using the IP for generating whatever money they can get. But it would be nice, this actually yesterday, Monday, if you have Disney Plus or ESPN Plus, you could have watched I think it was like the Bengals Cowboys game, the NFL, and they did similar to what they did with the Super Bowl, where like well, you're in the UK, so I don't know if you are aware of this, but like SpongeBob or Nickelodeon had a broadcast for the Super Bowl where SpongeBob and Patrick were kind of like commentating on the game throughout the entire thing. They had Tom Kenny and the actor for Patrick doing that, and obviously it was all animated too and everything. So with The Simpsons, they did this similar thing, but it was like 3D models of them playing the actual game. It was weird. I don't know how they did it exactly, but it was like the whole NFL broadcast was like Simpsonized. If you watched on those particular channels, so and it made me wish I almost wish there was like a Simpsons football game or some type of like Simpsons spin-off type game, similar to how they did a Crazy Taxi type game with Road Rage, or a GTA game with Hit and Run, or Tony Hawk with the skateboarding. It would have been. It makes me think. It makes me wish that they would or it makes me hope that they see that they can do like these 3D models and it could be successful on some platform, and that maybe they can do it again sometime.
Fuck, he's doing it again!
Oh my god. Whew. Oh, yeah, they did the wrestling too. Simpsons was known for a lot of that, like the one game where they kind of did their own kind of other than like the side-scrolling Game Boy games or like the old NES games, the only real game that was kind of the most original was the Simpsons game that came out in 2007. But even that game kind of like, the whole thing was about parodying a whole array of different video games in that. The Simpsons is like the IP in the video game space has always been about parody, I feel, when it comes to like just taking what genres already exist and are successful and kind of making something with it. But yeah.
Going now!
Alright. Where's the shot coming from? It's all about timing the shot, I guess. Oh, damn it. He's really accurate. God. Oh my god.
We gotta get to the bridge before he runs.
Yeah! I can't wait to get my hands on this guy.
So yes, the main reason I know it's been a while, but the main reason I definitely want to get a stream out by today is that the Game Awards are going to be Thursday. For me, it's like whatever. I'm more interested in the reveals. We already know that Game Awards has an identity crisis. It wants to try to be like an award show, but also like an E3 thing, but also like just a big promotional, like one big long commercial, where I don't know, it's all over the place every year, and I don't have hopes really, but I do hear things through the grapevine that there's Jason Schreier said something that there's at least gonna be 2 games announced that are gonna be like, wow, I can't believe that was shown here or whatever, or not announced, but maybe games we know of. I don't know, but I'm interested in the reveals. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the Game Awards. If I'm gonna be honest, it will never top E3. Okay, I respect that. I probably will, because it's like it will air right when I get home, so I can just put it on YouTube and watch the stream and just kind of be on my phone throughout all of it until something cool happens. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, do I have to jump?
Oh, shit.
Go ahead, I'll cover you.
Even if I do, I'll just leave it on the background. Yeah, you know, that's what I might do, because I feel like every year I watch it. Every year as of recent, I watch it as if, like, very intently, and then I'm just kind of like, why did I do that? Like, I wasted, like, 3 to 4 hours watching this for, like, maybe 1 or 2 things that might have caught my interest. Like, not really worth it, but I also like the cringe aspect of it, you know, the Bill Clinton kid type thing that might happen. I'm always, you know, there's something to it. I feel like the Game Awards, even though it's not E3, it's the closest thing to E3 that you're going to get in terms of spontaneity with weird things happening. And there is an unpredictability about it that's kind of attractive. I respect what Jeff Keighley tries to do, but I just think the whole thing is a jumbled mess all the time.
Go.
Where did he go?
He couldn't have gone far.
I'm guessing that implies that I can walk around? The one game that I was going to play this month that is releasing this month, it's called Tribreaker, A Sacred Symbols Adventure. It's the sequel to Twin Breaker, which is that twin stick paddle kind of breakout game that I was playing. It did release this month, or I know reviews came out. I think it's good, from what I'm seeing, but the physical edition doesn't come out till later. They haven't announced it yet, but they did say they're working on it. So, unfortunately, the only games I'm playing right now, I'm just still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a big game. They didn't. Okay, so.
Down!
Damn it!
They did announce Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will release in February 4th, a week earlier than it was meant to, which is kind of a rare thing in the video game space, where usually you hear about delays. At least not you never hear about, oh, we're gonna have the release date earlier. But I'm excited. I'm not done with the game yet. the first game yet, but I'm enjoying it. It's a nice game to kind of just casually play.
It's right there! Go, 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 go!
Keep the pressure up!
Jen, watch out! Get down! I got you, pendejo!
I feel like the game wants me to keep running, but I kind of like the idea of not, and just kind of checking shit out, but... Alright, let's keep it going, I guess. The game definitely is a set piece right now, so it definitely wants to keep me running and not worry about collectibles.
Sam?
There! There! Back it! You're going down, puto!
I've noticed that you spend a lot of hours on games that you can beat in like 10 hours.
Fuck!
He's cornered!
Kingdom Come Deliverance is pretty long, though. It definitely is a more demanding game, I feel, in terms of hours. You're right, though. I probably am playing it longer than I should. But it's a big open world game, like, and there's a lot of discipline to that game, where you really need to learn from scratch what you're doing.
Flush him out.
Am I supposed to go this way or this?
For now.
You bring this asshole back to Isaac. You'll be golden again.
Let's just see what's left of him once we're done.
Yeah, in general I do. I mean, I like to explore. I really like to appreciate the game. That's just how I've always been. Like Astrobot, I probably played it for like 10 more hours than I should have. It wasn't because of a difficulty thing. It was just me, I don't know, soaking the game in. I don't like to rush. I'm really in no rush. I do like to finish it though, so I can move on to something else or to do something else. But yeah, I kind of like to. I mean, every game I played this year, I platinumed in terms of the games that released this year. No, yeah, that's the thing. I platinumed every game that came out this year that I played. And then I also played a lot of, like, backlog, too, this year. I played, you know, the Metal Gear Solid collection. I played the BioShock collection. I didn't platinum those, but I did try to get squeeze as much out of it as I could.
Manny.
Screw it.
Oh! No real weapons here to... guess I can use... that's not gonna work. That's not reload. Okay. This feels very reminiscent of the first Last of Us with David.
Doesn't matter. Let's get Lev and get back to the aquarium. Come on. Let's take that boat. Which way? Come on. Where is everyone? No guards?
They don't use this corner of the island.
Okay, so you're working on Uncharted 3? That's good. Yeah, I remember you said I think you platinumed Uncharted 2, right? I'm debating, well, I think I said it last time. But, yeah, like, I'm debating maybe getting Black Ops 6. I don't know, though. I heard the campaign's pretty cool. I feel like maybe I can do, like, one Call of Duty per gen. You know, I had Black Ops 2 for PS3, I had Black Ops 4 for PS4. I also had the Infinite Warfare that I got as a gift, but maybe I'll get Black Ops 6 kind of just because it's like mid-gen Call of Duty to work on, to play. I don't know. I've heard good things. But yeah, so I will say, what I announced last episode, the 200th episode, is that, you know, for the 100th episode, I did the thing where I did my Game of the Year from 1995 to 2020, or to present, rather. With the 200th episode, I figured I'd mix it up and do something where basically desert island games, top 10 desert island games per decade. And like every episode I'll rattle off 5 for the 90s and the next 5 for the 90s in the next episode and so forth. You know, a little bit of a shorter thing, but at least it's something to kind of just have a conversation about and talk about. Also, it won't necessarily be just PlayStation games. It could be really any game from any platform. And also my rule would be one game per franchise in each decade. So that way I'm not like, you know, just listing off a bunch of you know, Crash Bandicoots in the 90s or whatever. I basically have to pick one. Given that the genre dictates, you know, if the genre is a little different, then maybe I'll make some exception. But just a way to kind of come up with a cool list, I guess.
Look.
And then maybe if you wanted to participate too, you could do the same thing.
Catch up to him.
Do you
I
know
would
where
have.
he's going?
To our house. That's where our mom will be.
How far is it?
Across the island.
Shit. What about your people?
We'll take back trails. They won't see us.
Okay. I was gonna do a last episode, but I would have rather you been there for that. And then this episode, I don't know. I feel like I thought we were gonna talk more about with the Game Awards and everything and so many reveals imminent, I just feel like there's a lot to squeeze into the hour. So I figure when things settle down a bit, we can do that. I don't know. What do you think? Squirrel.
Are you sure the wolves are attacking tonight?
Yeah, that's what my friend told me. They'll use this storm as a cover for the attack. Unless Isaac changes his mind.
Your leader, Isaac. What does he want?
An end to the fighting.
But what cost?
At this point, any cost.
Pup, are you there?
Up here.
Are you good climbing that?
Did you hear what I just said, though? Ugh, you're killing me. It's like this is the third time I have to say it now. Hold on. I basically said what I was... Oh my... hold on. What's up here?
Abby! Grabbing supplies. Just in case.
Alright, while he's rewinding, Idaho.
Fuck.
You know them?
I've seen him around.
I'm sorry about your friends.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and by the way, yeah, so Tommy, she definitely knows that Tommy is after her now. She knew who he was when they just got in that tussle, which is gonna even harder, I think, for her right. Or I think she's brushing it aside, but basically she just realized that what's his name's death is on her. What's his name? I forgot his name already. My apologies, but yeah, she's realizing the consequences are catching up to her just as much as Joel's was. Let's read this. Sunday, 0500, Scott and I made landfall on the eastern coast around 0300 hours. Intel from prisoners proved useful for once. No direct resistance, looking for high ground to get our bearings. 07330. Biggest concentration of structures is on the southern side, farms to the north and east, and what looks like a logging camp. Smaller clusters of structures dot the island, all post-outbreak wooden buildings. These freaks sure walk the walk when they say they want to live off the land. Going to get closer to one of their villages. 10:15. Waiting for nightfall in an old building in the center of the island. Scars haven't raised and rebuilt in this area yet. Might be a good place for us to rendezvous. 2100. Their numbers are alarming, significantly more than we thought. Villages are fortified and their patrols across the island are well regulated and frequent. We've gotten more intel than we expected. Heading back. Monday 0400. Return to landing spot to find our boat scuttled in the ocean. Destroyed. They know we're here. Need to find another way off this island. Interesting.
Abby, why are you helping us?
Lev asked me the same thing. I guess you don't deserve this. But also, I needed to. I had to.
I guess before I go to, I would just want to mention that before I keep proceeding, I wrote an article on my blog on you can find it on letswatchseries.blog, or you can look at, the link is in my Twitter too that I posted recently. It's a any % analysis on the first Spyro game, Spyro the Dragon for PS1, and it analyzes what's the least amount of levels does it take to get to defeat Nasty Nork. By the time you're done with Nasty Nork, what's the least amount of levels it takes to get to beat the game, like mainline the game, in an any % run, and what is also the best payout you can get from it, with the most gems and dragons and percentage. So I did that. It kind of explores like the game's progression system with what the balloonist tall fees do. Yeah. You can check that out. It's a brief little article that I wrote. I just did it spur of the moment. It was something that I needed an excuse to write something, and I also needed an excuse to play Spyro the Dragon, so that's what that was. And yeah, Pelpa, it's okay. I understand, like, if it's not a big deal if you were like, busy with something for like those 5 minutes I was talking about the.
Whoa. Is that your village?
No, that's Haven. Ours is further inland. Don't linger. They might see you.
But yeah, after the 200th episode, I was like, maybe that's some cool little thing we'll just do. Like a little desert island. We'll start with like maybe I'm gonna start with the 90s because I really didn't play anything in the 80s, or 70s or whatever. I'll start with the 90s. We'll go to the 2000s, 2010s, and then 2020s. Just a fun little thing to do.
Oh no. What is that?
It's our warning signal. Your people are here. The whole island is on alert now. We need to hurry.
Oh shit.
God damn it, Isaac.
We'll cut through the logging camp.
Follow me.
I figure.
How many people live here?
Around 1,000.
How many soldiers?
Half of us are trained in combat.
What are the other half gonna do when my people get here?
Some will hide. Most will fight.
I figure next episode we'll do like, we'll try to do like the first 5. We'll do 10 games per decade, but we'll just do like 5 games, and then we'll just like briefly talk about them or whatever, just like why they were special to us. What made them stand out to us and all that. It's different than Game of the Year because at least now we can like go a little deeper than just, the one game a year. We can, whatever games were special, it's like, there's more freedom to work with games that we took to. But yeah, maybe try to come up with like a 90s list by next week for yourself. and then we'll try to see how much we can get through the list. We'll start with the 90s. And then we'll work our way up to, you know, the 2000s, and so forth. Like, probably each episode, maybe we'll get through, like, 5 games each. So, like, 2 episodes will take place in the 90s, you know, the first 5, and then the other 5. So... I was kind of, like, I do kind of have my list, but it's subject to change, so, you know... Just something cool we can do. Just gonna say it's gonna be full of Crash Bandicoot games. Well, here's the thing, and you can change your own rules of how you want to do your list. But for my list, like I said, I'm only gonna pick 1 game per franchise. That way it kind of spreads out, so that there could be a little bit more variety in the IP that we talk about. But like, say, you know, I might 1 IP per franchise, but if the genre is radically different than one of the other games, then I would be okay with using 2. But you can do whatever you want. You know, you can pick whatever your desert island wants to be. But for mine, like, that's just what I'm gonna, like, my own little rule set that I'm gonna have for myself. Alright. Okay, I'm looking at some 90s games, and I can think right now... I think I can make this 1 game per franchise rule work. Okay. And, like I said, it doesn't have to just be just PlayStation games. It could be any platform. It could be Nintendo, Xbox, PC... handheld, Sega, anything. Like, it could be anything you want. I don't know why, but this part of the game in The Last of Us Part 2, I get it confused with a part in, and I haven't played the game in so long, but I get it confused with a part in Ghost of Tsushima, because these little houses here, they evoke a lot of that, like, feudal Japan, old world feel.
Where is everyone? All fighting.
Okay. Oh, there's definitely gotta be something on this. Nope. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. I like when my shotgun has, fire.
May her light guide us through the storm.
When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light.
What's that?
Something my dad used to say.
I wonder who coined that phrase within the Fireflies. Was that? I don't think that was ever revealed. It's kind of just a catchphrase that kind of caught on within the group. That we just saw, like, posted on buildings and stuff.
We need to climb up there.
I guess we'll get this thing going. So yeah, again with the Game Awards coming up on Thursday, I'm hoping for. Now here's the thing: there's so much I already know about 2025 that um, I feel like it's such a loaded year. Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, GTA 6 if it hits its target release date or target release window. It was supposed to be fall 2025, but now I'm hearing rumors from Jason Schreier that it might be pushed to 2026 based on what he knows. And he's a big insider when it comes to like game journalism. Um, that's kind of disappointing if it gets delayed, but it also kind of relieves me because I feel like it's going to be a strong year. Also, Judas, Ken Levine's new game from the Bioshock creator. And then what else could they reveal at the Game Awards that could possibly be slated to release next year? There's the Nintendo Switch 2. There's a lot of good stuff happening next year.
Get down.
Get them to the shelter! Go!
This is bad. How do we get through this?
The gate'll be locked. The lumber mill. The big building on the right with the torches.
That gets us out of here?
Yeah, we can cut through it.
Perfect. Come on.
Close the gate! Seal off the camp!
I wonder, and I'm not getting my hopes up, but I do wonder if we're going to see something.
Know your mind. This is going to be a long night. Remember, only through fear can we find our true strength.
I do wonder if we're going
Save
to
your king,
get
your land.
an announcement for something that might not be ready for next year, but maybe ready for like 2026. Maybe a Spyro 4. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't, but this would be the place to do this. Is one of the places to do it. We know Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel was announced here. I think it was the only one out of all the. Oh, Crash Team Rumble was also announced here. It's possible. I feel like Tony Hawk 3+4 is probably in the early goings. Crash 5 is probably not in the works after all the Crash Bandicoot games. But I feel like Spyro 4 would be the next thing. I'm just saying this right now. I don't think we are getting Spyro 4. You don't think we're getting Spyro 4 at the Game Awards in terms of an announcement, right? That's fair. It's like I don't have any reason to really expect it. But would I add it to a list of wow, I would lose my mind if they did that, if they revealed something or some type of like teaser announcement at least? That would be something. And then I'm just thinking, like, what else could they even reveal that I'm not even thinking of? Like, because I always think of those 3 games from, from the Toys for Bob, like, Vicarious Visions, Beanox days. That good golden era of reigniting those games. What else is there in terms of other types of games out there that I'm not even thinking of? Yeah, I would. Of course, you lose your mind. Yeah, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. If it's not there, I'm not gonna be disappointed. Because I don't expect anything. But what else? I'm just trying to think. Like, what could there? Unless another Sony first-party game is revealed, maybe like whatever Naughty Dog's. Maybe a possible game Naughty Dog's working on, like The Last of Us Part 3, or their new game, like their other original IP game. Maybe something from Sony Santa Monica. We haven't heard from Cory Barlog's supposed to be working on a game that I don't even think is God of War related. Bend Bend is working on a complete new game. We obviously know there's going to be no Days Gone 2. None of the creative directors for Days Gone are there anymore in terms of the main creative directors. They were forced out. So Bend is still working on something. Obviously, I don't expect anything from Media Molecule for like. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't been shut down. Honestly. I hate to say it, like not that I want that to happen, but PlayStation All Stars 2. See, I mean, I would lose. Yes, if that was announced, put that on the list of something I would lose my mind about. But I don't think. I feel like we're never gonna see something like that ever again. I feel like what they did with Astrobot in terms of the crossover of all the PlayStation IPs. That's their PlayStation's original way of doing that, whereas Nintendo's Smash will always be kind of like the leader in the the fighter, the side-scrolling fighting genre of taking all these different IP and having them fight with each other or whatever. But I would love that though. There's definitely a lot of cool new PlayStation characters that would be awesome in a game like that. Obviously you can see I'm not really fighting these guys. I just want to talk a bit until we're done. Because I'm going to end it soon. But what else? I'm just trying to think before I end, because obviously the next time we talk, we're going to be on the other side of this. Oh, Joseph Fares is going to be there, and he's going to be announcing his new game. That game I'm actually very much interested in seeing. That's Joseph Fares is, of course, the Fuck the Oscars guy who came out with A Way Out in 2018 and had the game of the year, the Game of the Year winner for I think 2022 for It Takes Two. You know, he's really good with creating couch co-op games. It's also online co-op, but mostly he designs it around couch co-op where you can play split screen. I'm wondering if he's going to do a third game like that. They said on Twitter that he will be announcing his new game, his new project, at the Game Awards. So that is one of the concrete things that we know is going to be there that I am actually excited. I'm looking forward to whatever that could be. Because I really enjoyed A Way Out. I never played It Takes Two. But I do know that game is good. That game it's not for me, I feel like. Let me get this stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then honestly, I'm waiting for like we said, like my dream games. We already got my dream games from last gen, in terms of CTR, Spyro, Tony Hawk, and obviously I want that to continue and get the sequels and stuff. But my other two dream games I think of all the time is a Simpsons game, which honestly, don't hold my breath, and a SOCOM reboot. Those would be my next IP that I would love to see revisited, or in some way. I heard It Takes Two is good. Yeah, it is supposed to be good from what I've heard from a lot of people I follow. I know the themes can be a little... See, like, I don't know if I can relate to it as someone who's not married and then become divorced, because I know that's what the story's about. But obviously, you don't need to have experienced that to appreciate what the game is trying to do or convey. But then also, like, the gameplay mechanics and just the fun factor of the game stands on its own as it is. But yeah, I don't know. I would hope that Joseph Fares' company, Hazelight Studios, has been getting more funding with his success, that he can start to create more. Because A Way Out, as fun as A Way Out was, that is a very double A game. It's not triple A to me. It's what I would describe as a double A game. I would love to see like a triple A quality game from him, and I think that's what It Takes Two is. But It Takes Two just didn't speak to me in terms of a game that I want to play anytime soon. But from what what I understand, especially for that game to win Game of the Year, it is a. And I'm not saying a game has to be AAA in order to be quality or to be great, but it does seem to have a lot of. It seems to be what I would describe as less jank compared to A Way Out, because A Way Out was a little janky, but I really admired the concept of it, where you're two prisoners escaping from prison, and you have to work together in order to do that in a cooperative fashion. But I would hope that with the success of It Takes Two now and A Way Out, that we can get maybe something else that's even just as much as a banger, of a game. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Those are just my thoughts going into it. We'll discuss this next time. Next time, Peppa Pig, we'll go into our '90s. We'll try to do like the first five, not the top five, but the first five of our list. You can rank them in any way you want. And then yeah. We'll do that next time for the '90s, and then yeah, we'll be on the other side of the Game Awards, and we'll talk whatever happens. I'm sure there'll be funny moments that might happen, or some controversy, or something. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to the reveals. I hope to see maybe something. I hope that like Astrobot or Helldivers comes away with some award. That would be cool, because they definitely deserve it. And yeah, we'll check back in next time, and we'll continue where we are here too, and take out these Seraphites, or at least walk around them. Yeah, keep an eye on the Game Awards. You never know what might happen. But yeah, don't feel obligated to watch, because maybe put it on in the background while you do something else. Because at the end of the day, I learn about it every single year. I keep kicking myself. I'm like, why did I waste all that time? But whatever, I feel like it's definitely more exciting than like Summer Game Fest. I feel like Summer Game Fest is a dud to me these days. But yeah, we'll see. Everyone out there, what was I gonna say? You can follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series, or you can like, comment, or subscribe to Kev Plays 9490 on YouTube. It's greatly appreciated. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. And we will be on the other side of the Game Awards next time. We'll see. Maybe something will be of interest to either of us, Peppa Pig. So, Peppa Pig, it's been a pleasure. I'll catch you next time. It's good to have you back. I'm glad you enjoyed your vacation in Jamaica. But yeah, peace out.